Hello everybody. Good news. I found the missing journal. When I did my flip throughs, remember I did my flip throughs, you guys had asked for it, and I told you there was one missing. I found it. I was looking for something else and it was in a tote that I didn't think that's where it was, but anyway, I found it. So I thought I'd give you guys the flip through of the missing journal. So here we go. I guess I should zoom in a little bit more so you see most of the page. There we go. That's better. Okay, so these are going to start, do I have a date? April of 15 through May of 16. So this is 15, 16. This one was just, and all of these journals that I like are on the Strathmore 6x6 artist tile journal page, spiral bound. I like to take this with me when I travel. So I just did some random lines as string and then just filled in different patterns here. This one, I believe, let me look on the back. Yep. This was for when I was at a memorial service and I used the initials of this person's name. It was K and V as my string. And then, oh, it was a bad month. The very next week, I had another funeral. And so this is a B and an E for my string. I don't remember the name of this pattern. Did I say? No. Arucas, I believe, but don't quote me on that. A little bit of flux. This was Mother's Day. This one just random stuff. Clearly I was in a Knightsbridge sort of mood that day. Lots of dark in there. Oh, this was Pentecost Sunday. So there's sort of flame-like things showing up in there. These are two really fun patterns. This is Betwixt. And this one, if I remember right, is Alien Crest. Is that correct? Oh no, Betweened, B-E-T-W-I-N-E-D, that one, and Alien Crest. Those two are fun. This one has some Huggins, some Betwined, some, I don't remember the name of that one, or that one specifically. This one clearly wasn't finished. You can tell a huge difference between the ones I shaded and the ones I haven't. This one would look totally different if I go in there and fill in here. If I filled in these spots with dark, like that, go back in there, because I believe that's probably what I was aiming for. Something like this. You know, if I filled all that in and went back and did some shading, this whole page would look completely different. Just would. It would. So I may have to go back and visit this page again and quote unquote fix it. If I feel like just doing some shading and coloring, that would be good for me to do. Go back and do that. That was on June 17th of 2015. This one is just sort of a very fluid, I believe I just did some you know, kind of roundish lines, and then I just followed them. I don't really know. Looks kind of tribal, really graphic. I like it. There's no shading in here, but there is shading with the pen because I thickened just these lines. So it does give you that illusion of depth that shading would also do. There we go. There's some really flowy stuff happening there. Clearly I was in a mandala sort of mood that day. Oh, that was my first day of vacation, and I was at the massage place waiting for my massage when I started in the middle there. So no wonder it looks so nice and calm and mandala-like. And then, of course, the next one is less calm. That one, I really like this one. I like how it turned out. It started out as this spiral. You can see the spiral. And I was having a day. And so I did that whole scribble thing that I sometimes do. And then I just went in and darkened and filled in the intersections here. And then in the middle of it, I maybe put a little spike some places. And then I shaded it. I really like the way it turned out. And then this one, looks like I started shading. But I didn't finish. See, I've even got a little bit of pencil right there where I could smudge, but I haven't finished shading that one. So I could go back and finish shading this one, and I think I would really like it. Here's one that's all very flowy and fluid. There's another flowy and fluid one. Oh, both of those were done when we had a guest speaker at our church. Young man who's gone off to the service, and he came back to speak with us for one Sunday, and both of these fluid things came out while he was speaking. So I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but clearly I was feeling very calm, and it was nice. And then here's the next one. I haven't shaded this one. You can tell. Didn't go back and shade. That was a prayer service. I could go back and shade that one. Okay, this one was, I had, for a while in my Facebook group, I had done Monotangle Monday, which I was trying to encourage our group members to, just pick one tangle and just go for it and do just that one tangle on a tile. And since I was using my big book, I have lots, it's kind of like what I'm doing with the daily patterns. Except for I was only doing them on Mondays, and I was only posting a picture and not doing a video. Much less complicated back then. But anyway, this is where I was starting. This was Cadent. There's some Hollabaugh. There's just some fluid lines. There's some more Cadent. Except for I did them in triangles. There is some cubing. in this I was showing that you can do different things with it. There's the standard grid, there's a ribbon, and then there's a wonky grid. This is 4 different ways you can make the pattern Hazen, H-A-Z-E-N, if you want to look that up. That's fun. I like that. Very 1960s mod thing. And then this is Pods, right? P-O-D-Z. This one is super easy. Looks complicated, but it's super easy. This one is Kiko, K-E-E-K-O, Kiko. That's the name of the pattern. This one, clearly I was feeling very pastel that day. Huh. I did not write on it, but I believe it's some sort of, it might be a Bundy's and some flux, a bit of tipple. I really like it. It's really pretty. This is Betweed, B-E-T-W-E-E-D, Betweed. Inside different kind of wormy-like shapes, and they're done in different ways. This one's done differently than this one, but they're all drawn in a similar fashion. This is more standard Betweed. That was fun. Oh, that was at a women's retreat. This one is just lines. I started, I believe I put in, did I even put in the border? Yeah, I probably put in the border, and I believe I started with this kind of middle line kind of snaking across the page, and then on either side I just followed that line and grew it out that way. That is super fun to do, easy. It's an excellent thing to do when you are stuck and you feel like you want to draw, but you don't know what you want to draw. You really don't want to draw anything. You're not in the mood. Just put down a line and then follow that line until you've filled up the whole area. Very, very fun to do. There's another one, women's retreat. I believe this was also women's retreat. I had a lot of time to draw during women's retreat. I don't remember the names of these. I like this one. This one also was women's retreat. I took this shape of this thing from an item that was sitting up on the I don't want to say, it wasn't really called an altar. In the middle of our circle of women, we had a table and we had our communion stuff on it, and we had various knickknacks and decorations on there, and there was this sort of fan thing sitting there, and that's where I got this inspiration for the shape. This one is Facet. Yeah. F-A-S-S-E-T-T. Facet. And I show you how to do it in 3 different ways. Another Monotangle Monday. Here we go with Rixty. This is the standard Rixty with the triangles, but you can also do it with circles. I like Rixty. There's cubing again with, wow, look how many different ways I did it. Did it here and here and there. 5 different ways to show how cubing can look differently. It looks different when you make it in a more diamond shape rather than square. And it looks different if you have a bigger black, then a little black. Each one looks different. Like it. This one, I believe, was up, down, up, right? U-D, U-D, U. Up, down, up. I think it's one of Ina's patterns, as a matter of fact. I think. Anyway, that was fun to do. I did it during, I guess I just did it during a church service. Okay, this one is called Gorgeous. G-O, oh my gosh, wrote that in pencil. G-O-U-R-D-E-O-U-S, Gorgeous. Very fall-like. That was November 1st, so yeah, fall. It was right after Halloween. And then this one, don't remember the name of it. Did I write it down? Yes. C-Y-M-E is the name of the pattern. And I did it sort of overlapping. Like that. We had a guest speaker at church. And then here's C-Y-M-E again. But I did it coming this way out of the middle, out of the corner, instead of radiating. It's the same pattern. And then I just filled it with different things. That was a mediation meeting. And then this one, I just drew some random cobblestone-y like shapes, and I was just filling in, sort of. I never finished it, you can tell. Never went back to this one. Here's some paradox in various different ways. Some of them are in the more standard shapes, and some of them are in like a teardrop or an onion shape. They really stretched and got weird. This one, I believe, is Pinochle, right? Yeah, P-E-A-N-U-C-K-L-E, Pinochle, done in 1, 2, 3, 4 different styles. This one, does it have a name, or is it just kind of a thing? Oh no, this is also Pinochle. Look at that. Okay, so this is Pinochle done more standard, with the little peanut shapes. Okay, this one, I did it way loosey-goosey. It's the same pattern, but it doesn't look anything the same. I really like that one. Here's another like flowy one. Yeah, see, I was at the massage parlor again. I don't want to say massage parlor. That sounds wrong. Not that kind of massage parlor. You know, over at my local massage place. But I often take my drawing because I like to get there 10-15 minutes early, just so I can relax and get in the zone for a massage. I hate to go in there all stressed and hurried, like straight from work or straight from driving in the car in traffic. I like to spend some time in that quiet room and relaxing first before I even go in the room. Helps me a lot, and then I draw. I was trying gems with this one. My paper is all wrinkly because I used Inktense pencils and then put a little water on them, so they're kind of lumpy. That was my very first and probably only attempt at gems that I've done. Oh, it says it was Thanksgiving Eve service. Okay, so at least we know where we're moving along through the year here. This is some bunzo. There's some more up, down that I didn't quite finish. I started shading beautifully, and then I stopped. A little bit of Muka. Okay, this one is Droop, right? Ah! I'm getting better at remembering names. Okay, this one is Droop. This is more of a standard, I don't remember which one's the closest to the standard Droop, but basically when you draw Droop, you draw this sort of 5-pointed thing. Then you aura it, and then you put the little rufflies in between. I did different ways. That was a Monotangle Monday. This one, oh, I really like this one. This one was fun. This one is called Ruffles, and I believe it's a pattern from A Little Lime. It's been a long time. It's December of 2015, so it's been a while. And then I have my little Find Adventure. This is from Adventures of the Empty Nesters. My friend Suzanne, where her name just like disappeared. She has these little stickers, and she has a blog, and her hashtag is Find Adventure, and she encourages us to go out and do new stuff. I didn't know where I had put that little sticker, but apparently I'd tucked it in this book. Okay, so this one is Monotangle Monday. This is Fife. And apparently I was sitting at the courthouse. I had jury duty. It was a long bit of jury duty. I did a lot of drawing at that time. So this one's another one at jury duty. This is, I used 2 patterns in this one. I used wood and I used floors. So I have wood floors on this page. And I like the way I shaded it so that these look like some sort of horns or something. I don't know. And wood is spelled W-U-D. If you were going to look up this pattern, it's W-U-D. And floors is F-L-O-R-Z. Okay. This one doesn't have a name. Oh, yes. Well, I named it. This pattern here, and I don't know. I don't remember if I've actually done the step outs and sent them to pattern collections. I might have. I called it Court, K-O-R-T, because I was sitting at the courthouse doing jury duty, and this was the pattern on the chairs that I was sitting in. Yeah, that's what you do when you're on jury duty, right? Here's a little Ixorus, I-X-O-R-U-S, for Monotangle Monday. And then, once again, I really like this pattern. Between B, it's a B, not comma. Oh, my head just, my brain just went. Anyway, it's B-T-W-I-N-E-D if you wanted to search for it. And then I did it in 3 different scales and different ways, so you can kind of see that. Apparently I didn't do, well, yeah, I guess I did. Okay, just looks different. Okay, and then this one, I really like this look. This one is, oh, I didn't write it down. I believe this was Seascape, going around in a circle like that. I believe that's what I did. And there's that between again. And then some, oh, I don't remember. Did I write it down? Nope. And then this one I didn't even come close to finishing. I bit off more than I could chew for the amount of time I had to draw, and I just didn't want to go back to it. This, yeah, I just didn't. I still don't. I did not put me in a happy place. So one of the few that I don't think I ever actually finished the line drawing anyway. This is Roots. I believe that's Annie Oaken's pattern, Roots. I like this. It's really soft. I did it with a super fine pan. I think I did it with an 005. Not an 05, an 005. Super tiny. This one I never got around to shading it, but it is, what's the name of it? Cruze, C-R-U-Z-E, or C-R-U-Z? No, C-R-U-Z-E, Cruze. And I was playing around with it, and then the next day I did it for my Monotangle Monday. Apparently I didn't like what was happening there. I don't know. I could have just shaded it and done it. I don't know why I didn't. But there we go. There's that one. I like this one. I really do. This is one of my favorites. This is Schneck. S-H-N-E-K. Look that up. It's out there in the world. It's got different ones. It's got where you can do it in like a trio, or you can do it like in its own ribbon like these, or you can do it in rows like this. So I did it in all three ways on one tile. Really like it. What is this one? Munchin. This is Munchin, apparently, from Monotangle Monday. This one looks like Cruze, but it's not. Well, yes, it is. Is that Cruze again? Yes. Except for I did it in a bigger scale. I like that. Okay. This one I did in honor of Autism Awareness Day. That's a puzzle piece. That's their symbol, is a puzzle piece. So I just drew out a random puzzle piece with my big marker, and then I just filled in. This one is Sky, S-K-Y-E. You guys, I have that on as one of my lessons, is one of the advanced lessons. It's a hard one, I must admit. It's not an easy tangle. I really had fun with it. And there it is again, in more of a traditional. This one is like wrapped around itself and non-traditional. This one's more traditional, Sky, with some, I don't know, footlights or something behind. And I think that's it. This is where I was playing with my patterns from the courthouse and playing with the pattern on the chairs at the doctor's, eye doctor's office. So who knows? That's it. That is almost a whole year's worth of drawings right there. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be working on a couple other things here today, and then tomorrow I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I have a couple more days before we go on our cruise, and I think I have to pack up everything, so I will be done drawing for a few days. But you never fear, I've got everything in the can, so you guys will get your daily pattern even when I'm not home. That's exciting. And that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye.